Select your character.
Alright, now let's see how I'm going to fuck this one up. After moving from Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for the Game Gear, we will be moving into my childhood favorite, actually.
Oh, I was gonna say Love Dungeon, but I mean, I'm wrong from time to time.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear. Here's the plot. Eggman captures Tails.
End.
That's the plot.
And Sonic doesn't just jump up and grab him?
Oh, what do you think? Sonic can run at the speed of sound?
He kind of just looked at the camera like it's The Office or some shit. Like, do they really expect me to do this? Oop.
There we go, I'm back in.
Tails
Yeah,
is a
no.
man, correct?
This is...
Yeah,
This-
I would hope.
It's sometimes it's rather hard to tell, honestly. But this is the game that, if my memory serves, has a rather grim ending, and god damn it, I'll
It
be
is a
right back.
grim ending, because if you don't collect all the Chaos Emeralds before you complete Scrambled Egg Zone, which is the second to final zone of this game, it is intended and believed that Tails got killed by Eggman.
Charming!
Yes.
That's my favorite type of ending.
You don't like Tails?
No, I like that. Let me
And
clear
yeah,
this
this
up.
is one of
I
the
feel
first
like
Sonic the Hedgehog games that we don't start at Green Hill Zone.
Holy shit! You
I
apparently
want
never played
to clear
Sonic
this
3.
up for people. First of all, that looks like Eggman has that Pokemon whose name is slipping my mind, like Staryu, on his face instead of a mustache.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like death because I want to go into criminal justice and forensic anthropology. I
guys
am
can hear-
not in my scene stage.
Yes. We can hear you,
Okay.
kids.
Like the science.
Anyway, like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, to get the Chaos Emeralds in this game, you have to go through the second act in every zone and find the Chaos Emeralds.
Lovely.
So, it's more exploring, but I can safely say that the Chaos Emeralds in this game is a lot more easier to achieve, except for the second zone. Second zone can actually go suck my balls.
For real though, Eggman's mustache just looks like he cut a point off of Staryu, and he's got a little red bandage at his nose.
I'll be able to actually see this for myself, since I had to duck away at the last viewing of Eggman.
But, this is a childhood game of mine because this is the game I've actually owned when I had a physical copy of the Game Gear.
No, you didn't.
This was the game that actually came
Nice.
free with the Game Gear handheld console.
Did he just save your ass?
Yes,
Yep.
he did.
This makes sense.
Physics.
He wants to
just
kill you
rolled
himself.
through the wall.
What the fuck is that?
No.
An ant
See,
lion.
Also, this
see,
is a Sonic game.
let's talk about
From
this.
this game onwards, you're not going to be going against Dr. Eggman. You're going to be going against different types of enemies.
Wow.
And
Eggman is
you know,
actually getting someone else to do the dirty work?
Yep.
What the hell, Eggman?
Eggman got
What's
sick
that?
and tired of waiting, so he just killed his fucking robot. Anyway,
What an ass.
Robot.
Also,
Okay, now he looks like Nigel Thornberry.
agreed.
Smashing!
but yeah, so this is a no death run on this game.
Also,
Actually, no, wait. I think I remember dying in this zone. I think.
Dies immediately.
No, not in this level in particular. But I remember
Wait,
being
am I
stuck
coming
here
through?
for the longest time. Yeah, you're coming through, Evan.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
But I remember being stuck here for the longest time because we get introduced to what the fuck are those things called? You fly in the air with it.
Hang gliders?
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
We get introduced to those. And for the longest time, I thought you'd have to hold the direction that Sonic was facing. However, that's not the case. You just have to rapidly press the opposite button, and there you go. That's how you fly.
That doesn't make a lick of sense.
Stream issues there, but you know. So I wanna talk about something. So recently, especially with Sonic Boom and everything, everyone has been talking about how, you know, the plot is like, my god, a 5-year-old could write better than this. But I like to point out that as of seeing the intro to what little plot there is in this game, that Sega clearly has been really shitty at plots for a long time. Because they expect me to fucking believe that Eggman somehow stole Tails from, or kidnapped Tails, with Sonic chasing him. I'm sorry, but since when in the hell was Eggman able to make his little egg flyer, or whatever it's called, travel faster than the speed of sound, which Sonic can supposedly run?
On average, if you want to believe Death Battle, he hits average of 720 miles an hour.
According to game theory, only 88.
Eh.
So anyway, there's the reason why I'm bumbling around with these fucking clouds, because
There's a chaos emerald in them clouds.
yeah, well, exactly.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of figured.
That's exactly what it is.
as much as I respect game theory, I do prefer the image in my head of Sonic being faster than just about everything else besides maybe Shadow and his friends.
Well, here's the thing. Game theory calculated it based on the width of a building in Sonic Unleashed's, which one is it, Gary? The city one?
On Unleashed?
Yeah.
Okay, the
Something
city
Metropolis?
One, you're thinking Rooftop Run?
No, not Rooftop Run, the other one.
Atlas?
Wait.
What was it?
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the one city level where it's like a metropolis, not Rooftop Run, but a metropolis. Whoa. Something going on there. And so they basically took the width of, you know, the building as it would be if it were the average building for the locale that it's basically basing itself off of, and they timed how long it took Sonic to pass it. And after the calculations, it concluded that he only moves about between like 80 and 90 miles per hour.
Huh.
Quite far from the speed of sound.
Yeah, but I can at least defend the games for that. Let me finish. If you were truly moving at the speed of sound, there's no way in hell the average player, such as anybody in this lobby or this call, could keep up.
Well, yeah, granted.
So
But
that's my whole. Okay, that's why they do the whole. He's not moving at the speed of sound, though they claim he is.
That's kind
my
of like
defense.
one of those claims of like, you know, the generic claims that people do, like, wow, faster than the speed of sound, wow, best burgers in the state, wow,
yeah.
I don't know,
Well,
like,
You're not doing a very good thing here, are you, Gear?
I think I know what he's
let's
supposed
put
to
it
do. He
this
missed
way,
the game.
it's like someone saying, I am definitely best top League of Legends NA. You know it's
I think I
not.
know what Gary's supposed to do, but
Here's the thing, and I tried to explain this earlier, but Evan was talking about something else at the time. See, there's this thing that you have to do. Couple buttons that you have to hold down when you're exactly hitting the springboard. If you happen to hold down and the direction that you're facing while you're on your bouncing from the springboard or whatever, you, for whatever reason, gain height and more speed. For whatever reason. And that's how you're able to get the Chaos Emerald in this stage.
So basically, through some bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. I eventually get it. It just takes a little bit because...
How many minutes left in this video? Okay, 7 minutes. You might want to skip ahead a little bit at this time, folks.
I think you just got it.
got it.
Oh, you did? Wow, that was quick. I didn't even see you grab it.
I saw it. It was just...
Well, damn, I just got played. I'm sorry, Gary.
But... Continuing...
I didn't even see him grab it.
Is, I can't really say much about the games being the whole thing, because, again, there's no way in heck if we were actually moving as fast as Sonic can, that would we be able to react.
I'm not worried about that. What really bugs me about it is when there's, like, in all the story moments and everything, it's like, oh, Sonic can run, the speed of sound. And I see it as he can potentially run. But at the same time, it really makes me wonder, a lot of times, he just conveniently does not use the speed, for whatever reason. It's like he forgets sometimes. That does look really weird.
If they wanted him to run at the speed of sound, they could have easily, flipped out the things better, like clouds moving by faster, or in a city setting, the buildings, like, zooming past where you, at one point you just see, like, white. And you're able to see where you need to turn and whatnot. But, like, you're able to just see, like, you can't basically see anything. You are going so damn fast.
Well,
at least for some of it. Not the whole thing, obviously, but at least for some of it, if you can move at the speed of sound, that also can mean that he doesn't have to move at the speed of sound. So...
Yeah.
Are you jipping us, Sonic? Do you not trust us with your abilities?
Well, my thing is, like, they started to... That actually was going to be a thing in 06. Is that they never really... pitched them as the mock levels or whatever. But...
We all know how 06 went.
Yeah, you would have... when they were, like, pitching it, and with all the trailers and everything, or at least the prototype stuff, it was shown that you could run in straightaways and gain speed, and so much so that you would just eventually gain tunnel vision, and you would start to lose the ability to actually turn well. And that was cool, it was fine. It added a lot of, variety instead of just running on a path. Because you would also be pursued by enemies who could similarly, move just as quickly. Which was not... I wasn't bitching about, like, does he really run at the speed of sound thing. That's not really bothers me. It's simply the lack of exhibition that they actually give you control over, or that they even show to begin with in any of the cutscenes. Like, cutscenes show Sonic bouncing around like crazy, like he's really moving at the speed of sound, or potentially even faster. None of the cutscenes, they act like he suddenly forgot how to use 2 legs that he has. And it's just like, yeah, it's like, whoa, like, could you at least give me some consistency here? But,
So that's the gimmick of this level.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yep.
I like bubbles. What
Here's
the
a trick. Keep holding right. Keep holding right at this point.
Okay.
That's how you get your
mean
Chaos
left?
Emerald.
Yeah, I think you mean left there, Gary.
Left. My bad. Anyway.
Oh, dude.
extra life. Because I don't have enough.
Hallelujah. But yeah, I don't know. One thing that kind of has bothered me, especially with all the new technology for systems that Sonic games come out on, not including the Wii U, but potentially including the Wii U, is that at least for games on Xbox and PS4, you have games where there appears, or at least it's given a simulation of extremely fast combat. And in certain situations, it'll show kind of like a time slow to allow you to react. And I often wonder, if they really want to give the idea of true speed and platform, why don't they just do that with Sonic Bubbles? Like, why don't you just have it so that during straightaways where there aren't as many obstacles that require, like, extreme finesse, why not just have those be, Mach speed or whatever, and then when you get to a point where it's like, oh, while moving this speed and with these restrictions on turning because you're moving so fast, you must now navigate this series of, like, tiny platforms. Why not just slow down the speed a little bit? Like, you could say, like, oh, well, that's just making it too easy, but at the same time, it would kind of feed both ideas for, platforming and speed.
I see your point.
Maybe that's just me.
The enemies would have to be going slow. He would probably... If he was at the same speed and the enemies were going just, like, a little bit slower, that would be, like, a really good type
and
of...
I'm just thinking immediately of that scene in the X-Men movie End of Days with Quicksilver.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I actually just saw that movie a little while ago. But,
that would be a really fun way of kind of introducing that to the Sonic games, because...
and they could also carry it over to the combat, and make the combat seem just as fast-paced without, like, being
Especially
ridiculous.
if, like, he was battling one of Eggman's robots, and they were going approximately the same speed, maybe a little off, and the enemies around them were going slower.
Well, the funny thing, the one thing I have to wonder is, we all know Eggman is tough. He's a tough, fat egg, given all the stuff that goes wrong with him. But not counting the whole theory that he's the fastest being in the freaking Sonic universe, because in the games he outruns Sonic. Could he survive at the speed Sonic goes without protective suits and all that? Because I know,
apparently,
using our world as an analogy, fighter pilots need special suits when they're hitting those speeds because of the G-forces.
Well, and not to mention just the atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
The fact that it's just so thin.
What if Sonic isn't even a hedgehog? What if he's like a rabbit with identity crisis?
He is not Oswald the Rabbit.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, he could be wearing a hedgehog suit that's, like, resistant to, fast beats. I don't know.
And ironically, in some cases, Sonic and Eggman created each other, if you go by some continuities.
Well, yeah.
There's one... Eggman, if my memory serves from the continuity I'm speaking of in specific, so he had an underground lab. He was a very nice robot. He was a very nice scientist. Sonic, your average hedgehog, Mobian hedgehog, tunneled into his lab. Sonic, he's like, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, still the cocky self he is then. He's the good doctor asks, gets permission, and puts Sonic on a treadmill. Sonic, being the cocky twit he is, does the whole... He's told he can only run 8 miles an hour. He breaks the sound barrier on the treadmill. The energy, blah-dee-dee, creates the blue hedgehog we know that can beat the sound barrier. The doctor was just fine. And Sonic chose willingly to be his assistant. Well, a few days later he asks, or weeks, months, whatever, he asks Sonic to get him a boiled egg and a soda. The doctor, while holding the egg, accidentally spills the soda on expensive equipment that goes boom. and the boiled egg was apparently rotten.
And that's how Sonic Boom was made.
Yeah. And so I like that idea that there are some continuities where Sonic is, well, he was born as Sonic. And
Yeah.
I think in my one continuity, the games such as Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3 or whatnot is actually on a different continent, quote unquote, than the games of like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to a different continuity entirely.
We'll get into that one once we get to the next video real quick.
Yeah, we probably should. I'm running low on time.
No, it's fine.